Hi you, how you doing? It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, I know this. I started this channel and then life does what it does, and I've been away from the computer a lot. Not entirely, as you're about to find out. At the end of some long days during this period, you know, you do sneak into Minecraft, and that's where you relax and unwind and do all this stuff. And well, I don't have my interstate in yet, and the keep is far from finished, and I haven't done anything with my village idiots yet, but things have definitely progressed, as you're about to see. So without further ado, I will get rid of that little thing, and we're gonna wander over here and check out what I've been doing. So the last time I believe you were here, I had a big square block of rock sitting on this hill over here, and it's grown a little bit. It's not doing too bad. No, it's too bad it's night here as we finally entered, but at least it's not raining. It's a beautiful starry night, so that'll be cool. Our our bridge here is far from being completed. I want to add arches and all these cool things, but that hasn't happened yet, so we'll get there. Now, I would love to take credit for this little lever, which I can use on this side, and I'm sure a lot of you playing this, you know, you already know this stuff, but I didn't, and I'm very impressed. I think this is awesome. It opens, it closes. Life is good. I like this part. We did call this place Enderman Keep, and I don't know if I had a chance to mention that before, but at the bottom of this chasm, and I always hesitate to get too close to the end because I have fallen in here a couple of times, once to my death. Down there, okay, there it, well, on your screen it's down there, up that way, down there. There's, you know, places I've been doing a lot of mining, of course, because this takes a lot of stone, and there are Endermen everywhere. There's this one section, I don't know if Endermans have spawners, but they've just moved in. There's like a village of the little beasties, so we decided Enderman Keep is a great name for this. And I do say we because I am playing this now with a friend, occasionally, mostly by myself, but occasionally I manage to haul him in here, and he's the one that knows about I don't even know what it's called, the Nether. I call it hell. It's got a lot of red things and creepies that are really big and throw missiles at you, which I have found out the hard way, but I'll get around to uploading that video another day. It's pretty humiliating. At any rate, my square block is not a square block anymore. So I'm going to give you a really quick tour. I haven't done too much down here yet. Artwork, which I created myself. Now, all the artwork you're going to see on the walls in here are either from old tapestries that I've seen at various museums in my life, or photographs I've taken myself, which is the case with these three. Some of the castles that you'll find, like this one, and all the other castle pictures in here are places I've taken during my travels. This is Balmoral, although it has a different name in this world. I can't remember what that name is, but I called it something. So as you can see, this floor is still all about storage. There's a crafting area. This goes down, way down, into that chasm that I showed you from outside, and that's where I get to do lots and lots of mining. Now, you're saying, I'm saying, because I just turned around to close the doors because I get freaked out when any doors open. I'm always closing doors behind me in every room. There have been times when monsters have spawned in here. Unfortunately, so far, I've only had a couple of creepers on the front porch blowing up in my face in the morning. But for this video, just for this video, I have put it on peaceful mode because having you see me cry if a creeper appeared here in the throne room and blew everything up would just be far too humiliating. So no tears today. We're just on peaceful mode for the tour. So we have the main little throne room going on here. There are windows so you can peer out over the awesome little realm. There's a punky little window thing going on up here, and I don't know if I'm going to leave that or not yet. This has been a very organic process. You build something, you tear it out, you put it back, whatever, you know, oh, I need a new room, you stick on an addition, that sort of thing. But I suppose a lot of these castles were probably built that way anyway, so I'm saying that's a good thing, right? Here we have where we dine. One must dine. You know what? I'm going to take a quick jaunt up here, which goes straight outside. We like a lot of fresh air here. I haven't put a door in. I've considered it. I don't know. I kind of like it like this. I haven't bothered. So this is a little tower room where we can, you know, check things out. That's always a good thing. Back down here for now. And the main bedroom is here. The his and hers. You know, the royal chambers, clearly. This is the official balcony where one waves to the people, you know, and keeps the crowds happy. And if there's ever a state occasion where just the king or the queen, although this isn't even the king or queen, this would be like the duke and duchess or something, because we're going to do a real castle somewhere else down the line. But, you know, there's like his and hers balconies. There's one on that side. Close the door for when Peaceful is no longer around. Close that. Oh, pictures, the trees, pictures I've taken on my travels. That big sucker was the coolest tree ever in the whole world. Where is it? Again, that way, that big one up top. Right up here. This was taken in Adelaide, Australia. You really don't get a sense of scale for this thing. These roots out at the bottom were darn near waist high on me. It was just beautiful, beautiful thing. That one was from Kew Gardens in London. So, and there's, you know, her balcony. We have a his and hers, just, you know, in case. So this is the main floor. We have pretty little waterfall coming down there. A balcony, which a creeper spawned on one day and stood here staring at me through the windows. And I had to go up on top, somewhere up, and shoot down. And it was the first time I'd ever used a bow and arrow. So I was very proud. I killed my creeper without it destroying my castle. There is a formal garden in the works. I have a lot of work to do yet. This cloistered area around the side, I'm thinking maybe about even roofing over. Haven't really decided that yet. But then I don't decide a lot of things. I just sort of build them as I go. So up here, again, we can look out the pretty window. Lots of bright fresh air. Get to see the castle walls, or the garden again. And just a room. Now you can see this is looking out into the hallway with the glass thing that looks down into the throne room. So I'm thinking maybe, you know, this is even a good idea. You know, this way if the king has guests and they're trying to creep around, he gets to keep an eye on them. So maybe that's not so bad. You see, he sits right down in there. That picture is sort of the signature picture of my art collection, or my art pack in here. I mentioned I did the art myself. I put on this other amazing texture pack. I love this one so much. And I can't remember the name of it, but it's brilliant, and I will post it when I find it. But I think it's the prettiest thing I have seen in this game. I absolutely love this texture pack. Although it has inspired me to want to make one of my own, because that would have to be totally fun. But that picture here, this is my signature picture. That is me dancing as a gypsy, and it's like me signing my artwork. That's all. So this goes outside. Ooh, lovely sunrise. It's always nice to walk along the balcony and catch the, you know, the early morning air. And that goes into that tower we were at before that came off the main throne and dining area. So lots of ways in and out of here. Not likely to get trapped too easy. And yet another balcony, but this is the unofficial one. This is just where they can come and sit and read and look out over the beautiful countryside around them. And we need to close that too, because things have come through there before too. Now up the stairs is the library. And I love this chair because you sit there and you watch the sun come up. It's just that cool. And you can go out onto maybe get stuck in the doorway. You can go out into another little balcony area here, place to sit, some pretty plants growing. Just another way to check out the agricultural area that is now behind the castle. big trees. There's our well, and it's a real working well. Okay, I'm so proud of this. There's the river that I showed you that goes around most of this hill, and I went down to that and I dug a tunnel through and then came up, and this is an actual well, and there's a ladder you can go down, and you can go through the tunnel and open the gate at the end and sneak out, and all these totally cool things. Have I mentioned that I seriously love Minecraft? Oh man, this game. Oh, this game. So from here you have some choices about where to go. Well, we'll get to the other later in a minute. You can come outside here and again look down on one of the balconies there, which apparently I missed showing you entirely. And here we have another little section in the castle. And here's a room I just haven't figured out what to do with yet, but it exists should one ever need it. And I still can't steer in this game. All these hours and I still run into doorways. And then up here is, I don't know, guard room, guard quarters, soldiers, I don't know. But there that is. And that's the roof of the actual tower that they're in at the moment, which I had to cover in lights. I had so many skeletons spawning up there at night. I was, oh man, and creepers. Okay, this doorway right here. Man, I hate creepers. Okay, ugh. All this work I'm doing, and I'm coming, I log in one day, and I was up in this room doing something apparently when I logged out. So I come up to this doorway, I open this door, and I explode. Okay, I get tossed off the railing. The railing's gone. I get slammed down on the bottom, die of course, things scattered all over the place. I come back. This entire wall of my library is gone. Thank goodness the books were on the other side, because in this game yet I actually haven't killed anything, and I stole all these books from my villagers. So having them blow up would be a big problem. They would be hard to replace. Although I learned there is a way to replace them, and I still don't have to kill any cows, but I didn't know that at the time. So this whole area was blown up. Very charming. And then I spent that entire day rebuilding. Enders, creepers seriously suck. So anyway, from here you saw the bedrooms, the balcony, and then there was this doorway back here. And this comes into this hallway that goes out to the balcony again on that side of the building. And you know, there's the throne room. These are the stairs that go up to where we just were. This comes back down. Now tucked into here is another balcony. And this is the one I stood on, I think, trying to figure out how to kill a creeper who was standing just over there. So I learned to use a bow and arrow that day. I thought that was tons of fun. And then of course there's always another back way up, these old castles, you know how they are. And this is the other, the other window in the library, which gets to look out over the sunset. So far, this is Enderman Keep. So we will close that down. And when you're first building this, or I look at it now and I think, oh my God, I could have gotten lost so many times. Fortunately, you build it so slowly that you kind of get to know your way around. Now, I'm going to close that down and give you a quick tour of the grounds. Over here we have the guards, sergeant, captain of the guard. That's it, the captain of the guard's quarters. And there's another little tower there for keeping track of things. And here's where the good fellow sleeps. And through here, this is kind of rough stuff, but the guards, they do what they can, right? We can't have luxurious surroundings for everybody. So there's another tower where he can look out over things. And I don't know if you saw it in the last, in my first video, but these punky, strange towers, like this one here, and this one here, and then over here you can see one in the distance, and then there's one there. I was doing some exploring one night, as you can tell by the bazillion torches all over the place. Haven't mentioned that creepers really creep me out. I put light everywhere when I'm out at night, and sometimes I forget to pick it back up. Excuse me. But anyway, I would be late. It was late at night, and I would just put a bunch of dirt in and build my way up, and then have to figure out how to get down in the morning. I jumped once off one of them and killed myself. So from then on, you'll see some weird shapes and things cut out where I was trying to, you know, dig my way out of my spot of safety for the night. So the guard tower, anyway, it comes up there, and then there is one more floor, you know, and then you're up here. So for this time, I'm just going to jump down to this level, and we can walk all the way around the keep grounds now. This wall is wide enough to continue all the way around. See, there's the funny shape I was telling you about, that little doodah right there. That was me trying to figure out how to get out without being dead. So there's my well in that side of the keep. And you get over here, and we do have an agricultural spot. We have a garden going there. That little side door comes off that main floor, the sort of kitchen crafting area. That goes in there, and then you see there's some more stairs. Here I have a little pig barn. And they've got their own little pen here. Although there is a pig in with my sheep now, and I don't know why. I don't know if he just spawned in there. I'm read that it's at least rare for animals to spawn after everything's been originally created, but I don't know. So there's my sheep herd. And you can see there's the river that flows around most of this place. And you will notice that we have wolves moving in. There really weren't wolves around here much when we first started this place. But the hill across the front here that's got all the spruce and things planted in it, this was bare. And as I've planted more and more trees to replace the massive numbers that I'm cutting down, the wolves have started to come closer. And a big reason that I have so blasted many sheep is because they were getting very scarce in the countryside. So I was going out with wheat and breeding them wild all the time, and then I thought maybe this would just be easier to bring a few in. So I brought a herd in, and then I started feeding them in here, and then one day I realized how blasted many I had. But I do go out occasionally into the wild and continue to breed them there to make sure they stay around for future use. So you can walk the entire wall now, see all of these trees planted by me. All of the trees in here have been planted and cut and planted and cut several times. And there be the herd. Now there's the portal, this ugly, gross, purple, bubbly thing. I went through there once. That's a story all on its own. I'll upload that video shortly. They say humiliation is good for the personality, right? It keeps you humble. So yeah, all of these trees have been cut down, absolutely cleared. This whole area was bare, and now it's been replanted. So you can go all the way around here. Now, a big part of what I hope to do in here is I want to build a village inside the keep wall, the grounds itself. And I've been doing some research, and I thought I'd seen some places in Scotland that I thought were kind of neat, and they're called fortified houses, and I think most of them were done around 16th century, something like that, 15th, 16th century, and they're not the most glamorous things in the world, but I think they would fit this setting really, really well. I do want to put a tower, another big watchtower on the top of this hill. So I'm going to have a village in here at some point, someday, and it's going to be very much fortified houses from Scotland. It'll be awesome fun. Now that little block right there, that was the original spawning place in this game. I think, no, I haven't showed you that yet. This is not the first place that I built. I do have another one way, way, way in that direction. And that was why I needed those tall towers while I was exploring. And then when I found this hill with the river around it, I thought, this is where I want to build my first big major settlement. But it turned out, I didn't realize this till I cleared off all the trees here, that I actually had come back to my original spawning ground. And I'm thinking I'll be turning this into like a hunting lodge or a groundskeeper's place. You know, somebody's got to feed the pheasants or something. I don't know. So I'm just going to jump off. Well, no, I'll just continue around. It's probably faster. So there, isn't that pretty? The castle in the distance. Who I mentioned, I love this game. Oh my God, Minecraft is so cool. You know, I've had people telling me for years I should play it, and I thought, blocks? Dude, really? No. What do I know? So here you can see part of the garden. Again, you know, just in the works. I think this project's going to be in the works until I'm 84, 85, something like that. But you can have a look on this side of it, at any rate. It's going to be quite nice, I think, when it's done. And I wish there was some way to build like sculpture or have artwork that wasn't, you know, massive, but something that would fit down, you know, in these sections in the shrubs. That would be kind of fun. And, you know, maybe some future installment, or maybe there's some mod out there, or I'll find something. So anyway, I'm going to jump down. There's the front of the place. And over here is the garden, the formal gardens. And they are not done yet either. We have some arches along here, a little pathway, we have a fountain. I found lily pads. I went due, what is that, east, west, due south forever. I spent several days in game time traveling south. Finally came to the end of the world or something and found this swampy area with a witch's, somebody else called it a witch's hut. I don't know. It was an empty hut at any rate. And I managed to climb up and build a door and put a door in, and I was safe there for the night. And the area was covered in very shallow water, lots and lots of clay, lots and lots of lily pads. It was definitely a good time. So I gathered some goodies for my garden. So not sure I'm going to keep this. I'm just experimenting here. I don't know. I like parts of it, but we have some seating areas here, you know, with little vines and bushes growing over the top. Yeah, I know. I'm all about the gardens, making things pretty, right? I'm planting trees in Tropico, and in Minecraft, you have to make it pretty. But you know what? I ran all these searches for gardens in Minecraft. I wanted to see what other people were doing and what kind of creations they were making. Really couldn't find anything. Everything was about farming, factory, you know, tree production, factory meat production. You know, my God, I mean, that's the real world. I'm in here to escape the real world. I'm in here to make things different and prettier. And so my thing, I'm planting gardens. I'm planting them everywhere. And like I said, I'm thinking about putting a roof along this. Not sure yet, but as you can see, it does go all the way around this particular section. And there's weird random things like that that haven't been cleaned up yet, but we'll get there. So this is what has happened so far at Enderman Keep. Oh, and the little thing in back. Now, I would love to take credit for this, but I didn't do this one. And I love it. I think this is probably the prettiest spot in the castle. You will notice that you know, the fencing is all lowered below ground. This was it's called something like ho-ho or some really silly, ridiculous name like that. But it was a style used in England and was later used a lot by a gardener called Capability Brown. And they would dig ditches or drop a lower spot and put the fencing down there so all the animals couldn't get out. But when you stood back and wanted to enjoy the view, you didn't have big fences in your way. So I liked it. I've always thought that was kind of a cool idea. So I tried to incorporate that here. And as a bonus, it makes it so easy to get in. You just run in, jump the fence, and keep going, and you only have to worry about a gate when you're coming out. So it's worked out really well. Yeah, this little back section here I think is utterly charming. And like I said, I would love to take credit for this, but I didn't do it. And it's just, oh God, I love this spot. I think it's just as cozy and wonderful. And you know it's just going to be cool and shady on a hot day, and very, very nice. So while this keep may be about protecting this part of the, you know, this is an outpost of protection in the kingdom here, it would seem that, you know, this couple has got enough riches and enough power to make their land kind of pretty. Now, I've been doing a lot of digging, obviously. And I have another house way over on the other side of these ruins. There's a big jungle area, and it sits down in there. I've needed some rock. I've needed a lot of rock, and I've been down into holes a great deal. So I'm going to stop here for now. This is episode 1 of Touring the Kingdom. I'm going to let this end, and next time out I'm going to give you a quick look at what a big hole in the ground can look like when you decide to build it beautiful. So in the meantime, I'm going to take off now. I want you to have a great day. Keep life fun. Build it beautiful. And until I see you next time, take care. And I don't know how to stop this. Okay, stop that first. Turn this on. Thank you very much. If you liked any part of this, please subscribe and have yourself a great day.